Oh, okay, here we go. Hello, and welcome to our Life to the Full team call. We have our special guest tonight. This is Katie, and she was one of the Silver Star earners that Allie was able to meet in Arizona just last month. And she got to hear her amazing testimony, which she's going to be sharing with us tonight, and I'm excited to hear it myself. So welcome, Katie.
Thank you. So you just want me to take it away?
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have a better introduction. Allie was going to introduce you. She doesn't have great service right now, and I never got to personally meet you. So I'm really excited to hear your story. So why don't you start with just how your plexus testimony?
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm Kate Ciccarelli, and nobody gets the last name right, so it's okay. But anyways, I started Plexus 2.5 years ago. I had heard about Plexus. I see friends post about it on Facebook, but it was something that I didn't think I needed. I had always been really healthy and active and that sort of thing. But prior to my experience starting Plexus, I had 3 births in 35 months and all C-sections, 2 high risk, and my body just went through a lot. Steroid injections for my son. I had group B strep with 2 of the girls. Just a lot. Antibiotics, yeast infections, UTIs, plus the surgeries and all the medications. So although I felt great on the outside, other than just being exhausted, having 3 kids 2 and under, I really wasn't healthy inside, and I had no idea. So Christmas morning, 2017, I woke up and I had shooting pain in my left ankle, and I just kind of thought it was just a weird thing. I had gotten new shoes for Christmas and worn them the day before and thought it was just from that. So we went about our day. It was Sunday, we went to church, did our Christmas thing, and Monday morning I woke up, put my feet on the floor, and almost fell over. My ankle was so swollen, and I had these weird little red lumps all over my left leg, and on my arms. And so my husband was like, "This is not okay." So he took me to the emergency room across the road at our hospital, and I got poked and prodded, and I was there all day long, getting blood work done and tests. And their verdict was infection or just something that was going on, probably a virus. So they gave me an antibiotic and a steroid to help with inflammation and sent me on my way. So I started the medicine, started feeling better immediately. Like the next day I felt better. The inflammation was gone. My ankle felt better. Of course, thank you, steroids, which did do their job, but they were just band-aiding my problem. So when those ran out 5 days later, everything came back only worse. Both ankles were inflamed this time. Both arms, my thumb joints, I couldn't even hardly bend my thumbs. Just it seemed to attack all my joints, and then my legs from my knees down were just huge. And I have pictures you guys can see later. But anyway, it was just crazy and super scary. So back to another hospital. We went to a hospital Mobile this time. We were in Alabama, and they checked me out and they took a neck x-ray because my neck was just sore and just all these things, all of my body just ached. They said, we think you have plantar fasciitis, gave me another steroid and sent me home, which was not sufficient, obviously. Took the medicine, it still wasn't better. And every time the steroid ran out, I tried something else. So I went to our local doctor, and he looked at my legs because they were both huge by this point and they looked like I'd just been battered. And he said, "Oh, I think you have cellulitis." So he put me on another antibiotic, more steroids, sent me home. And it was just like this merry-go-round of trying all these things, which was just making everything worse and just band-aiding my problem. So finally, we ended up in Pensacola, Florida at another hospital. And the doctor that happened to be on call that day, she looked at my legs and said, "I'm pretty sure you have an autoimmune disease, and I'm going to put you on the list for a specialist." So we started the waiting list. It did take a long time to get on just a visit because, of course, they're not as fast as we would like them to be. In the meantime, I started having heart palpitations, night sweats, fevers, constantly on and off every single day, to the point where one night we called the 911 because I just felt that bad. And it was just a super scary time. And all the medications I had been on, I had a 5-month-old, which I was nursing exclusively. So that was I had to pump and dump, that sort of thing. And it was just a really stressful time. I had the baby. I had a 1.5, 2.5-year-old. I couldn't even pick them up. And by this point, my legs were such a mess. My husband had to carry me around the house. My mother-in-law flew out from California to visit and help out for a couple weeks. My mom drove down from Indiana, the 12-hour drive, to help me for a couple weeks. My husband and I are in the ministry. We travel itinerantly, and we had to cancel all of our spring meetings. That was December, so we're into February now. and we're still waiting. Finally, the doctor saw me, and basically he looked at me and said, yeah, you have an autoimmune disease. I think it's this specific disease, but you already beyond the time that it should be. Usually goes away within like 4 to 6 weeks. It had been several months by this point. And so he said, I'm going to put you on another round of steroids to help with your inflammation. But if it's not gone by the time you come back next week, then we're going to have to give you some permanent medication. So we left there praying that steroids would work. And of course they ran out and everything happened all over again. And it was extremely discouraging because I was 27, turning 28, and I didn't want to be on lifelong medication. I tried to be natural. I tried to be at least semi-health conscious. I took my prenatals from Walmart, those gummy things. I mean, they did me so much good. And anyways, I was just really uninformed. And so we started just praying for other answers. So when the doctor handed me the prescription, when I came back, my husband and I started just searching for a natural option. So a church sent us money to be able to try some natural substitutes. And so we went to our local health hut, tried a bunch of products. Nothing really helped. We did intravenous vitamin C and that sort of thing, and it didn't do anything either. So finally, we connected the fact that autoimmune diseases stem from the gut, and gut health can have a huge toll on your body and how it functions in autoimmune diseases and that sort of thing. And of course, my body was just riddled. It was basically an internal cocktail of all the medicines I'd been on the past several years. So my friend Joanna Miller, who is my upline, she's Emerald, she had been talking to me. I've known Joanna since she was like 7 years old, and our moms were homeschool buddies. And so she had reached out to me before. I told her, no, I don't need that. Or basically it was, I wanted to try her pink drink because she made it look so fun and cute, but I couldn't justify the cost on myself. I wasn't, not worth it, but I wasn't worth it is what I bought $12 vitamins from Walmart. So that's where I kind of put my value. So 100 whatever dollars for the triplex was just unthinkable for our family and our up and down income. So anyway, the church had sent enough money to be able to try the product. So my friend, she said, look, Kate, money back guarantee. You need the triplex, you need ease, you need ease cream, and let's see what this does for you. So my husband was super skeptical. I was just like, I just remember one night we were just crying, and I was just like, I mean, it's either this or medicine forever, and that's my option. And so finally he's like, we can get this money back. He's like, it's so much money, we can't just waste money. And he said, so if it doesn't work, we're getting our money back. And I was like, yeah, that's what they say, you can get it back. So we joined with the triplex, and I bought like, I think 3 bottles of Ease and the Ease cream. And I did a loading dose of Ease. So I did, I think 12 a day. I did the Slim. This was the original Slim. And I think I also did the X Factor multivitamin before the X Factor Plus was a thing. So I started the products, and then my ankles were huge and I couldn't walk. And I just remember like about 5 days in, I started feeling a little better. And I remember going to church, hobbling in there, and my feet couldn't even fit in my shoes. I had to wear slippers. And a lady at church said, hey, your feet look like they're looking a little better, but don't get your hopes up, because it could just be, you ran out of steroids and your body's still tapering off of them. And so it wasn't like we were really encouraged yet, and we didn't really believe that it was really helping until it was a couple weeks. And by this point, my swelling had gone away. My joint pain started disappearing. And having been on so many rounds of steroids, that alone just riddled my body. I had gained like 18 pounds of water weight. And I was still like, only 5 pounds out, or 5 months out from my pregnancy. So I had like extra weight, of course. But anyway, so that started disappearing, and I started my digestive issues that I'd had like consistently since I'd had my first child, like constipated for like 4 days at a time kind of thing. It was horrible. And I didn't know you could fix it. That started changing, and I was shocked because for like 3 years I had that problem. I started sleeping better. My brain fog, I wasn't putting the keys in the refrigerator anymore, and just all these things that I didn't even know plexus could help with started helping, let alone like everything else. I just really feel like my body just like washed over. And then within 6 weeks, you would not have even known by looking at my body that anything had ever happened. The Lord just used their products to completely heal me from the inside out. And I've never had one reoccurrence. I've never had one episode since April of 2018. So that was one of those things. I started doing the products. I did it for 2 months, and I told my husband, I was like, I'm not telling anybody what I'm doing. We had thousands of people literally praying for me on our Facebook, and friends and churches from all over the country and such. And I'm like, I'm not telling anybody, because if these don't work, I don't want to be like, oh, never mind, they don't work. So I was really, really just quiet about it. My family knew I was doing it. Close friends knew. But I finally posted in April, like my side by side of my feet, before or during my illness, and then 6 weeks later. And I just got brave and I posted it because people were asking. And that kind of started my business. I didn't even know there was such a thing as like working the business. I just posted it. My upline probably told me to. I can't remember. But people started reaching out to me. Hey, does it help MS? Hey, does it help PCOS? And I'm just like, I don't even know what PCOS is, but I'll ask my upline. So I went silver pretty quickly. And then I stayed silver because I wasn't super sold out and all 100% in the business. I kind of was, I'm a number 2 on the Enneagram. I am a very like timid yellow. Like I'm very outgoing, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not going to post. I'm scared to be that person because I don't want people to think I'm just selling them something. And so I didn't really post a lot. I would post a picture of my pink drink ever so often. So from April, I went silver. It was all the way till December of 2018. That I don't think I have my dates right. I think it must be 2017. Last year was 2018. I don't remember. Anyway, like 9 months after starting, it finally just occurred to me that, and I learned enough through Plexus, doing book studies and learning and growing as a person, just that I needed to stop caring what other people thought, because those people did not support me every month in our family. My husband had to work several jobs when he wasn't out preaching. He would paint or do other things. And those people that were skeptical and rude in their comments, they didn't support us. It's not like they were sending us monthly checks and had a right to even say something to us. And I finally just had to just stop. My husband was fully supportive. He said, if you go into this, I know you can do it. So that January, I went gold. And then in May, I went senior gold. And then we started leaders retreat. And I was supposed to go to convention, and we moved up here to Indiana. And so this is 2018. And so I was just like, I'm more busy. We moved twice in like 2 months. And so 12 days went by. Convention was over. I hadn't even started leaders retreat. I was just kind of like, I'm just too busy, And so my upline's like, Kate, I think you can do it. It's only, 900 credits for leaders retreat last year. I forget what it was, but she's like, I know you can do it. And that cruise is going to be amazing. And it's going to fill up fast. So you need to do this, 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 and this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And so I just went all in and worked really hard and hit that thing, earned it with like mid-July, I think. And I was super proud of myself because we were moving and, I had kids. So I was like, I did it. I made this cruise. And so my friend, of course, she's like, so I took like 2 weeks off. We moved from a rental that we moved up here originally to, and then we moved to our house where I'm sitting in. And so I wasted 2 more weeks. So 12 days at the beginning, 2 weeks in the middle of July. I was just like, I'm done. I'm tired. I've earned it. That's enough. And my friend goes, Kate, I'm pretty sure you can get that 700 cash. I think you can do it. So I was like, okay, I'll try. So I got into August and I got the $700 cash by like mid-August. And then they doubled leaders retreat points or something like that. I hardly remember. And she's like, Kate, I think you can get the $2,000 shopping spree. I'm like, will you stop it? I cannot do this. And I honestly, my mindset was my team. I told her, I'm like, I am a senior gold team. My team is not big enough. I cannot do this. Like, and we're just not there yet. We'll be there next year, but we're not there yet. And she's like, no, I know you can do this. And my husband's like, you can do this. So I had taken another break after I hit the $700 cash. And it was finally like the last week. And I was going for, I think I was just at the, if you guys were in Plexus last year, it was the upgraded cabin. I finally hit the cabin. I was like, I got the $700 cash so it can pay for my flight. I've got the upgraded cabin. I'm going on the trip. This is enough. This is way more than I was wanting to get. And of course, my upline never lets me stop there. And she's like, no, okay, I think you can do it. And she was close to winning the spree. And she's like, I know you can do this. I know you can do this. So my kids are banging on my door. So sorry about that. So anyway, it was like 4 days before the end of the contest. It was Wednesday night service. I went to church and our pastor was preaching and he said, if you're out there sitting and you have a goal that God has given you and you're not giving it 100%, you are not doing right. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And I really felt like he was just like looking at me. And I went home that night and I told my husband, I'm like, how can I not try for this? Like I have to. It's like almost like I'm spinning it. Not really, but you know what I mean? So I was like, I have to do this. And I'm super competitive. I had 5 brothers. So I was like, I've got to at least try. So he goes, well, what is it going to take to break down? And I'm like, babe, I'm like 700 points away. This is insane. I have like 3 days to go. So I wrote everything out. If this person goes silver, if I add this many customers, I think I needed like 18 customers to add. Because back then it was a little bit more of a PV thing in points. So it was a little different contest. Silver is different. But I was like, if I get this many people silver and I get this many customers, I think I can do this. And he's like, okay, you got this. So he's like, so are you going to start working tomorrow? I was like, no. I said, I'm going to just help my team tomorrow, because if I can help them hit their goals, then I know that I'll hit my goals, because we're all going to rise together. So I didn't try to recruit the next day. And by this time there was like 2 days left. And I worked and I worked. I encouraged my team. I said, okay, look, on your team, you have this person. They can go silver. They just need one more person. And I just basically picked apart every single person that was sort of working their business. And I was like, look, one more person in your silver. Let's do a discount. Let's get you to silver. And basically just looked through everybody, figured out where my points could come from. And the very last day, I was still 640 points away. And I woke up that morning and I was just like, it was 6 a.m. and I was like, okay, I am putting 110% into this day. And I'm like emotional thinking about it, because it was such a crazy day. And I worked till noon, and literally my hand was like cramped. I held my phone like working, and my hand literally had a dent for days, like right here in the middle of my hand. And I worked and worked and worked and worked, and nothing was happening. Like, I mean, maybe 2 people joined, maybe I got a customer or 2, but I was like, if nothing's happening, I'm still like 500 and whatever points. And my friend Adrian, my upline, second upline above me, posted, she wrote me at like noon. I was making lunch like super fast, and I was like, I gotta get the kids lunch so I can go back and work. And she sent me this video by Jill Renfro. She's a diamond in Plexus. And I will have Allie send you the link or put it on your page, because I sent it to her. But basically, Adrian's like, Kate, if you have 15 minutes, you have to stop and watch this video. And I'm like, I was looking at my phone. I was like, I don't have 15 minutes. Like, I have to work. I can't stop and watch a video. And I was just like so emotional. Like, I was just done by this point. I was like, I've done so much and I'm so far away. And I watched the video, and like, I was like grumbling all through this video. And then all of a sudden she just hit a nerve. And basically she was just like, she just laid it out and let us have it. It was the last day of Leaders Retreat. And she's basically like, she just basically just kicked me in the rear and said, you just need to keep going. And that's how I took it. And so I was like, okay, I just have to keep going. And it was definitely the Lord and like prayer, but we ended up making like, I think we had 656 points that day. And so I was able to earn the $2,000 shopping spree. And I just remember like I think we had like 8. It was crazy. I don't even remember, but I just know when midnight happened, I like dropped my phone on the floor and just burst into tears. And it was crazy. I was just like, I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm just so emotional. And my husband's just like, I mean, he was exhausted too, because he was like signing people up on the phone and getting credit cards from people and like helping. And anyway, so it was just amazing. It was a miracle. It's like one of my Plexus miracles, because I couldn't have done it. My team wasn't big, but like giving 100%, like the Lord can do miracles. If you're 100% sold out and you encourage your team, everybody climbs that ladder and you can jump together into the pool from the high dive. You can do the hard thing. And it's all about, for me, that it was just all about pouring into my team, and not just me. I could not have personally added enough people myself to make it happen. It was my team that helped. And people, I had several girls earn the Leaders Retreat the last day as well. And it was just amazing. It was definitely a miracle. But it's one of my favorite things to share about, because no matter how far, like I this year worked really hard with convention, kind of burnt myself out. And so Silver Stars kicked me back into gear, and I had 400 points at Silver Stars trip, because I just hadn't really, I've been working my husband's leg. So I was just like, I'm okay to give it up this summer. I worked too hard in the spring. I'm just going to not do it. So, but Silver Stars going on the trip just kind of like refocused me. And so I'm working towards, I'm at the $100 cash. So I'm working, and I'm still going for the 2,000. Where I hit, I don't know, but I'm working for it. And if I can work for it and be so far away, and like anybody can do it, a few silvers and we're there. So anyway, that's my story with Plexus. This brings us up to, after Leaders Retreat, I went senior Ruby in October. And then I'm working on Emerald now. So a lot changes in a year, and a lot changes in a week with this contest. And they've, the triple credits are incredible. They've lowered the price, or lowered the points for anybody to get into Leaders Retreat. So you all, even if you're far away, if you feel like you're far away, miracles can happen. And I'm just encouraging you, don't quit, and you guys can do this. So anyway, thank you, Allie, for having me share.
That was so amazing. And that is the perfect segue, because we wanted to talk about Leaders Retreat anyway. But before we touch on that, because that you have an awesome testimony, and I know a couple people on here have been interested in ease and a couple things. I just wanted to see if anyone had any questions for Katie about like any autoimmune issues or any part of her story. Speak now. And if not, we'll move on to Leaders Retreat. No? Anybody? Okay, well, that I'm blown away. That's my first time hearing your story, and that's amazing. But yes, so they just announced today that it's now only 950 points that you need instead of the 1050. So I highly encourage everyone to check their back office. I know a lot of people are very close to private reception. That's only like 100 points away. A few people on this call. We have a couple earners and people who are close, and it's definitely, we have 13 days left with triple points, just like Katie said, a couple silvers and you're there. So it's definitely not out of reach. Allie, are you here? Can we hear you? I saw your picture pop up for a second.
I mean, can you hear me or
I can
no?
hear you. There she
Oh,
is.
you can. Oh my gosh. Yay.
Yes.
Okay. Katie, thank you so much. You guys, I met Katie at Silver Stars and it was just so amazing. And again, just another amazing thing about this community, that this trickles all the way down, like everything that Plexus does. And then it's just like you're surrounding yourself with these awesome people and you just meet more and more awesome people. So I'm so grateful I got to meet Katie and hear her story. And when I told you guys about sitting at dinner with the executives, and the one lady I was sitting next to, Kim, who was brand new to Plexus, and she was just like amazed at how Katie and I were sharing our story with each other, talking about helping each other's teams out. And she's like, you don't even benefit from each other. She was like, this is so different than other network marketing companies. And so I just love that. I love that we can kind of cross teams and that we really are just all about helping each other. And I love what Katie shared, because anybody can do this. And also, like, don't prejudge people, because just like Katie had no desire to really share or talk about it, and they like kind of kept it a secret for a little while and then decided like, you know what, we can't help but share this. And so don't like prejudge people. If you have somebody who you know they really need these products and they're willing to try them, like, just continue with them, encourage them. I love that you said that, Joanna, with everything, she's like, this is what you need as far as the products. And then when you started sharing, hey, just share this, hey, just do this, hey, I know you can do this, and she continued to pour that belief into you. And you guys know, like, that's what we're all about doing here, is helping you reach all your goals and helping you just like have the fullest life possible that you've been in. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you got to get on here and that you guys got to meet her. And yeah, so that's awesome. And I'm sorry that you that I was not able to be like in your face, because I'm literally like cleaning at a construction job right now, but it took way longer than I thought. Anyways, thank you guys so much for jumping on. Thank you, Katie, for jumping on. Just like Alexa said, those Leaders Retreat credits, it is up for grabs, you guys. They lowered it because there are still spots available. Anybody can do this. So if you decide, just like Kate said, that she decided, you know what, like, there's a couple weeks left, let me just see what I can do. If you're willing to put your head down and do the work, like, you can do it. If you just went silver last month, like, you can do this. If you're about to go silver now and you have 3 people that you can help get them silver, like, you can do this. So let one of us know and we can help you map out a plan. We can help you. We can say, hey, let's make this happen for you. So, and if it's not Leaders Retreat, if it's something else, like, let us know, because that is what we are here for. So I'm so excited. And one other little piece of thing, I will let you guys be the first to hear that our very own Alexis has earned the Silver Stars retreat as well. So I know that she's super thankful to you guys, because she has an amazing team, and that's what this is all about. And she just leads you guys in such a great way, and we all do this together. And I know that there's going to be many more people coming out of this team. And what an amazing thing that we have so many people who are just earning things and working towards like these big goals of just helping people and seeing what we can do. So congratulations, Alexis, and to her whole team, all of you guys under her, because you all helped to make that happen. So yes. Okay. And next week, also last but not least, I can't forget. So next week, one of our really, really, really good friends, Connie Shute, she's in Tennessee, and she is on our like sidelines team. We love her, and she is going to come on here and share her testimony. They asked her to share at convention. She got to get up there on stage and share about just where she has come from, which is all kinds of incredible. Like, I don't really want to give any of it away, but I just want you to know that you do not want to miss it. I think that you guys are going to just absolutely love her. She's one of the most real people that you could ever meet, and her story is just for real. So yeah, so we asked her to get on. She's coming on next Tuesday, 8:00, same time. Is there anything you want to add about that, Alexis?
No, I just love her story. Like, that it really, this anyone can do this, and this business for any kind of personality, any kind of background. You know, she has a little grittier of a past, struggling with addiction and things in the law. So, you know, you really don't have to be some bubbly personality and have everything perfect for people to buy a pink drink from you. Like it's for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just
right.
so
You don't
true.
have to have it all together to change your life and to change other people's lives.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
so I'm really excited to have her on. So invite, you know, if you have other people who are in this journey with you, have them jump on too, because I'd love for you to hear their story. So thank you guys for jumping on. Thank you, Alexis, for taking over when I had no cell phone service. And thank you to my sister Angel, who's behind the scenes recording. Such a
She's
sleuth, but
Jean squared.
yes. So she like logged in as me and recorded on her computer. And thank you so much to our guest, Katie, for coming on here and just sharing your story with us. I love getting to hear like different people's stories. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great night and an awesome week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.